How's it going, Hawks fans? Welcome back to McKeon Park. It's time for another parking lot preview. We got a big one tonight, Tim. It's the 14-17-3 third place in the West Division Hyannis Harbor Hawks taking on the 14-18-2 fourth place in the West Division Cotuit Kettleers. Hyannis coming into this game with 31 points, Cotuit with 30. You know, it's go time. Final week of the regular season. Hawks got to string together as many wins as they can get here, Tim. And they got off on the right foot Sunday night against Wareham.
Absolutely. That was a tough game. Harbor Hawks pitching really stepping up in that one. Chandler Dorsey with some electric innings out of the bullpen. Great to see for a Harbor Hawks team that has needed some bullpen depth to show up drastically, and they got it against Wareham, the best team in the West, getting dethroned for a second right there. Harbor Hawks on the rise, Mike.
Yeah, it's you got a big game, kind of a rivalry game here against Cotuit, I would say, but lately, against these Kettleers, it has not gone very well for the Hawks. They got the win in the first matchup of the season, but they've lost the last three against them. Yeah. Two of them were against the Mercy Rule, particularly last time out there.
Yeah, that was a tough one to watch, Mike, in all honesty. An 11-0 loss ended by a grand slam. I mean, there's nothing more that can really go wrong for the Harbor Hawks there. And as you mentioned, their only win was quite a while ago when Chris Rembert made one of his 6 appearances for the team with 2 home runs at Lowell Park. That was ridiculous to watch, but it's no secret that the Hawks have struggled to produce offensively against these guys.
Yeah, but all that, it doesn't have as much meaning now because at this point, you're just trying to win games. You're just going game to game. You are ahead of these guys right now in the standings. I think you'd love to keep it that way. These Kettleers tonight, they got Ryan Buckler, right-handed pitcher from FAU on the mound. He's a Barnstable native.
Really?
He's pitching in his hometown for the hometown Kettleers. He's got a 2.29 ERA, 0.97 WHIP in 19 2/3 innings. This guy's good.
Yeah.
He is averaging less than 1 walk per 9 innings.
Wow. He's
not going to let guys on base.
Wow.
His strikeout numbers are a little lower as well. He's about 5 strikeouts per 9. But there's not going to be any freebies tonight for these Harbor Hawks against this Cotuit starter. His last start, July 22nd against Falmouth, 5 innings pitched, 2 runs, 6 hits, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Got the win. This is going to be his 4th start and his 9th total appearance. He did pitch against these guys in that Chris Rembert takeover game at Lowell Park. Okay. Pitched 1 scoreless inning, gave up 1 hit, struck out 1. That 1 hit was a Jake Schaffner single. He's back in the lineup tonight, playing third for the Hawks. He also faced Charlie Bates, ground out to first base. So 2 Harbor Hawks that have faced him are in the lineup tonight. I have a feeling that's, you can't put too much stock into that because it's only 1 at bat.
Right.
But it is a pitcher that 2 of these guys have seen before. So you have to think that does help a little bit. And, he's a good pitcher. Hyannis is going to have their work cut out for them. But, who's Hyannis going to be thrown out against Buckler tonight?
Well, they're going to have Mason Russell on the bump.
Hi, Luke Mansfield.
Luke Mansfield. The fifth element,
tonight
Mason Russell.
At McKeon Park. Be there.
Yes.
Words of wisdom.
Yes.
My goodness. Mason Russell making his first start of the season. We were chatting with D-Bot before we came out here to do the preview. He was saying this is almost an audition for a playoff start for Russell as the Harbor Hawks pitching. Say hello to that truck with a heavy load behind it.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that go.
Yeah. Parking lot previews.
Parking lot preview. But Mason Russell trying to get his feet under him in this start, I'll say. It's been a rough couple of outings for him. 10 innings pitched, 8 runs allowed, 9 hits, 8 walks to just 3 strikeouts so far. So I think the biggest idea for him is just put it in the zone, be confident in your stuff, and see what you can do, right? I mean, there's definitely a lot of self-doubt that could come out of outings like that, but a guy like Mason Russell has to believe he's the 5th element tonight.
Yes, absolutely. And, he's got, I don't know if this is, he's kind of getting thrown into the fire here. We've heard Mitch Carricker use that line a couple times with some new guys. This Cotuit offense is good. They're going to hit the ball. They're top 5 in runs scored, top 5 in hits, runs batted in, walks. They have one less than Hyannis. They have 160 to Hyannis is 161. They strike out the second least. I should note the least team with the least amount of strikeouts, Hyannis Harborhawks. But they're first in the league in on base percentage. They draw walks. Some of these offensive guys, Cotuit isn't here yet, so we don't have their lineup. But a couple of guys you want to look out for: Jack Natilli. He's a catcher. He's been splitting time at DH as well. He's got 6 home runs, 6 doubles, 24 RBIs. That leads the Cotuit offense in long balls. Ryan Farber, another guy, he's got 34 hits. Only 5 of them are for extra bases. He gets on base. He's got 16 walks, 7 stolen bases. Dean West, another guy, he's got 17 hits. Only 1 of those is for extra bases. He's got 17 walks. He's got a 414 on base percentage.
Wow.
These are guys that, at this point of the season, they're going to be in the lineup every day. These are guys Cotuit's going to be leaning on. These are guys that Mason Russell is going to have to worry about to get out.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. This is one of the tougher offenses to face, but their record speaks on the other half a bit. This Harborhawks offense has the opportunity to cash in today. We've been seeing guys step up recently, like Jace Doby. Jace Doby has been one of the best hitters in this lineup. He's playing first base today. You can definitely expect some slugging out of him. Not his typical position, but throwing him down there in the infield, maybe he gets to relax, have a little bit more focus with the bat. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the Cotuit pitching staff as well, they're going to do a good job. Hyannis is going to have their work cut out for them tonight. They have the second lowest hits allowed, second lowest earned runs at 116. They have the second best whip. They have the second best ERA in the Cape League. They have the second best batting average against, holding opposing hitters to 226. Wow. And yet, they're behind the Hyannis Harborhawks in the standings. Not by much, but they are, which I think is kind of funny, just based off how these teams are rolling right now.
Yeah, their numbers on both sides look better than the Harborhawks in most aspects, yet they trail by a tie.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting.
Exactly. They have 1 more loss and 1 less tie.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of, that's just Cape League baseball for you.
That's just baseball in general.
Yeah.
All the numbers can tell you what you want, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Hawks on top. Hawks on top. What can I say?
This is the same team that mercied Hyannis twice this season.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Including a little less than a week ago.
Yeah.
Jack Natilli Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Oh, and Luke, you'll like to hear our Chris Rembert mention earlier.
Yeah.
Quite the big.
We got a
Chris
week back,
Rembert.
man.
Yeah.
Chris Rembert, if you're watching this,
I'll pay for your flight.
if you're watching this, we would love to see you back here.
I would love to see you pay for that, Luke. That would be awesome. If he takes you up on that offer.
He has to find a
Take us up on that offer, though, please. I think
that would be nice.
I think I speak for all the media interns when I say we'd love to have you back.
Maybe not all of them, but
Yeah,
I certainly would.
yeah. We know Luke would as well. But
Yeah.
Tim, before we get into player of the game and score predictions, just what do you think is the X factor for Hyannis tonight? What do they got to do to beat this Cotuit team?
Well, you got to ignore the numbers. What we
Yes.
just said is this team is so good. You can get overwhelmed and thinking, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that to beat these guys. There's nothing different. You're playing baseball today, right? This is a team in the Harborhawks that has been starting to piece together after that 11-0 loss. This is a chance to come back and show how you've grown in just a few short days. So I think just relying on yourself, like a guy, Mason Russell on the bump, like I said, relying on himself. This lineup that's been spotty at times, relying on their own abilities, right? This guy's going to fill up the strike zone. He's not going to try to get you to swing and miss necessarily, but he's certainly not going to let you get any free passes. These guys got to stay ready and trust their swings.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point you make that, you just got to worry about the game you're playing tonight. We're at the point, there's 6 games left in the regular season. Every win, every game matters. The Hawks are playing, they're going to be playing some teams they're behind in the standings. They're going to be playing some teams that are ahead of the standings. All these teams are very closely packed to each other. They're all right there. All these games, whether you're playing somebody you're ahead of or you're playing somebody you're behind, all these games have meaning. All 10 teams are still in the playoff race. They all want these games just as badly as you do. So I think it's just, you're 1-3 against them. What happened before, that doesn't matter. It just matters what you do tonight to get the 2 points you get with a win. And I think with that, we'll get into player of the game predictions and score predictions. I'll let you start.
Well, It didn't work out so well for me the last 2 times, so I'll just do it again. Because why not? Owen Prince hitting leadoff. It needs to come through at one point. I know the guy who gets the most chances at bat, in all likelihood. I mean, unless some kind of pinch hit happens and he's switched out. I don't know. Don't tell me it's so, Mitch Carricker. This is a prediction. I don't need insider information. But his speed is just so dangerous that I think if he gets on early and just causes some havoc, Cotuit is going to maybe not feel as confident heading into this game. I mean, they might feel pretty high about themselves, seeing as their 3-1 record against the Harbor Hawks so far. You know, they might think they can just cruise through. But what about Owen Prince cruising around the base paths?
All right. Yeah.
And for a score prediction, well, Cotuit is a high scorer, and Mason Russell has been struggling. So let's just flip it.
Okay.
Let's say Mason Russell gives up 2 through 4 tonight.
All right. I like that.
And I like the bullpen to have a strong game behind them. Maybe give up 1 or 2. So give me a Harbor Hawks 5-3 win.
I like that. You know, when you said you were going to do it again with your player of the game prediction, I thought you were still going to pick Ryan McKay, even though he wasn't. Even though
that's fair. That's fair. Well, that would be pretty dumb, seeing as he's not in the lineup.
I know. That's like I kind of thought you were still going to do that.
Though. No.
But really, it's good that you picked somebody who is in the lineup.
I'm
also going to pick somebody who's in the lineup for my player.
Revolutionary idea,
I know,
Mike.
Shocking, I know, but I'm going to go with the guy who I wasn't at the game on Sunday, but I was still watching. And I saw the 9th inning rally by the Hawks. I saw them working their walks, staying patient. The guy who drew the walk to force in that run, Luge.
Your guy.
Jeff Luge. Yeah, that's my guy. Ryan McKay's Tim's guy. Jeff Luge's my guy. Yeah. So I like Jeff Luge as my player of the game tonight. I don't know if it's going to come down to a 9th inning walk necessarily, but it could. We don't know.
You have no idea, Mike.
We'll see how it goes tonight, but I see Jeff Luge getting a couple RBIs. I see the fans out here hitting the luge when he steps up,
Yeah.
We got to get that going.
The fans. The fans is in Mike Najarian and Tim Brown.
Hopefully it has been more than just us recently.
It has been.
We've heard a couple.
We need more. We need more than more.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I like him as my player of the game.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a close game as well.
Yeah.
I think, there's too much at stake for it not to be a close game.
Right.
I like 6-5.
Okay.
Hyannis getting the win.
Yeah.
And, Luke, you're sitting over here. Jump in.
Why not?
Dayton LaChance, it's his time. I said that like 3 games ago, but tonight's the night. He's leaving the yard. 7-5 Hawks win.
That's a pretty good prediction. Just
straight confidence.
Just named the Harbor Hawks hitter of the week. He's been stinging the ball lately. It seems like every time he comes up, he's on base.
Yeah.
Whether he's getting a double, whether he's drawing a walk, it seems like he has been on base when he's coming up. And so it's not surprising to see him back in the lineup once again tonight. He's been one of their best bats lately.
Yeah.
And it's crunch time, guys.
Yeah.
It's the final stretch. We want to see you guys at the field tonight. Like Luke said, we want to hear you guys. We want to hear the luge chants.
Yeah.
We want to hear you cheering for the team all night long. We expect it to be fun. We expect it to be a close game. Because why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Just with these two teams. And you know what? You know what they're going to be saying?
What are they going to be saying, Mike?
Go Hawks!